Hello, my name is Dan Ellington. I just want to welcome you to this video. Today we are discussing network marketing tools. Now, I think for every network marketer, whether you're new or whether you're experienced or whatever, basically all of us basically are going to need tools, obviously, for us to be able to be effective online marketers. And one of the great things about being in network marketing, especially becoming an entrepreneur within this niche, is that you don't need a lot of money to get going. I mean, I do speak to people sometimes and they go, oh, you know, I've already bought into this opportunity several $1,000s and I've got to now spend money on this, I've got to spend money on that. If you're going to actually do it via a franchise in the real world, you'll be spending like $10,000, probably up to $100,000, maybe even $250,000 or maybe even pounds or whatever, you know, spending a lot of money on that. So really, you can get started in the network marketing industry for a very, very small amount of money. Okay, so what we're going to discuss now is obviously the kind of tools and stuff that you're going to need in order for your network marketing business to be able to function efficiently. So the first one, obviously, we're going to be needing to do is actually we're going to need to be building a list. So this list, a good example of, for example, of like an autoresponder, yeah, that's basically how your list is going to be hosted, will be Aweber. Great thing about obviously having an autoresponder, for those people that don't know, is that once the person comes onto your list, you can actually then send emails over a specific period of time. You can have, you know, you can have up to 150, probably even 200, probably even more, if you, as long as you can get them written. And see, what you do is you'll be sending them out over a period of time at intervals. Okay, and so you can imagine, if you've got like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people on your list, you know, to do it manually is just completely impractical. So that's basically what Aweber does for you. It will host the emails and then it will mail out to them individually. Okay, so there you go. So that's that tool there. The next thing that we're going to be needing is that we're going to need a website. Okay, it's unavoidable. You go on the internet and everything, you will be needing a website, and there are different kinds of websites that you can use, but obviously the main one that we're going to be using is that we're going to be using one for lead capture, so email, and then you're going to be having like a blog. It all depends. I mean, some network marketing companies actually provide their own blog for you to be able to use. You know, in my case, I actually do both. With my business opportunity, I've got their blog and I obviously use my own blog. Totally down to you how you want to do it, but I get the benefit of the business opportunity one because it's got such a high Alexa rank. But anyway, back to this. So we've got here. So we've got obviously got our lead capture, we've got our blog, and these are going to be stored on basically a web hosting solution. And in my case, it's Hostgator. And essentially what that basically means is that you're going to have a domain name, in this case obviously I've called it here www.mydomain.com. Okay, and so that is your registered domain name, and the files will be hosted on this organisation here, which is basically Hostgator. It's going to be something basically, it's called HTML, okay, and you don't need to know any more about it because most of the time these days you don't need to touch anything to do with technology. You know, you do not need to know about it. But just so you know that this blog and this email, for example, this email capture form here, they basically are made up of coded files, and these coded files have to be stored on your hosting, and then obviously that's as part of this domain name here. So you know, when you're basically on the internet and you see any domains or whatever, that's basically essentially what I'm explaining to you. So the next cost that you obviously got to consider, which is not very expensive at all. I mean, we're talking probably around about $15 a month, maybe $19.99, basically for Hostgator, and which is actually, I think at the moment they're $14.95. I think they might have come down in cost, but anyway, that doesn't matter. So essentially, obviously, so we're talking about here. So this is another essential tool that we really need to think about. So we're going to look at the next one. Okay, the next essential tool really for us to better actually do business on the internet effectively is we're actually going to need a merchant. Now, it all depends really which organisation or which business opportunity you're with. The one that I'm with has their own merchant processing company. There are other sort of business opportunities that process their payments and whatever, you know, various ways. But the key thing you have to understand is that without this, you're not going to get paid. Okay, so this is unavoidable, and unfortunately as well, merchant accounts, they have a fee associated with them. With My Business Opportunity, I think it's like around about $19.99, and that is cheap. Okay, so that's a very good price. If you think that's expensive, it's not. Okay, so that's another essential tool you really need for network marketing. So I think you see where we're going here. So we have our hosting, our autoresponder, all covered, and now also we have our payment system all covered as well. So these are the main tools obviously we need to think about. Other tools. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be discussing a couple of Facebook tools which I happen to think are very effective, but one of the things you have to be aware of is that you don't really need them. They just cover nice accessories. So the first one I really want to discuss is something called Onlywire. The benefit really of Onlywire is what it allows you to do is actually allows you to syndicate content across the internet. In this case, we're actually syndicating to social media websites. So obviously we've got ourselves covered on Facebook, Twitter, and a lot of other, a huge number. I think we're looking around about up to 30, even 50 different locations. Now, what is the benefit of us doing that? When we do a blog post, we need to have something called backlinks going into, obviously, to the blog post. Because essentially what a backlink actually is that, say this is our web page, a backlink is another web page linking to this one here. So it's going to have www.mydomain.com here, and that's linking. And when Google indexes that, they see it as a backlink. Okay, so essentially that's what it is. So what Onlywire allows you to do is actually to syndicate content out across the internet, creating a lot of these. But also there's another benefit to Onlywire as well, is that if you have a presence in the social media locations where this syndicates to, what you do is you're going to get the benefit obviously of, instead of having to post the content to that particular social media website, this will do it for you. Now, there are various arguments. Some people say that they don't like to use Onlywire because it looks robotic and it doesn't look very human. That's fair enough. I have been using this. Granted, I'm not sure if I've seen much of a change difference either way. I do actually tend to do manual postings on Facebook. It's totally down to you. But this thing here, I think it's around about $10 a month. It's totally down to you whether you want to use it or not, but I happen to find it very, very effective and very, very useful. The next one I want to discuss is a tool I want to discuss with you which is used on Facebook, and it's called Post Planner. Post Planner. Now, what does this do? What it allows you to do basically is it allows you to post, basically it's scheduled points. So what it will allow you to do, for example, if you're going away for a week or whatever, you can actually configure Post Planner to send out posts on Facebook for that week, for every day, maybe twice a day, however you want to do it. It also has the power, it allows you to post out across multiple groups. And I've had some interesting experiences with this. This is something that you have to really be careful of, because there's some groups out there which will not allow you to basically post links or any kind of content. Also, another problem with Post Planner is that the various versions of Post Planner as well, which allow you to post out into groups, that there are people out there who tend to like to spam, and you know how much I don't like spamming. Anyway, so one of the things I recommend that you would do really with Post Planner is that you find some groups which will allow you to do posts, and you lead with value. So when you go out there, you might do a blog post basically about a given topic, a video about a given topic or whatever, and you actually will be providing some kind of training or something useful to the people watching it. Because I think that I prefer people to come in contact with the value that I provide to them, rather than to see my business opportunity affiliate link or product affiliate link or whatever. I'd rather them meet me first. So that's the way I operate, and that's the way I recommend, if you choose to use Post Planner, that is the way I recommend that you use it going forward. The downside to this is $29.99. That's the package that I chose. There are cheaper ones. Yes, it can be a very dangerous tool, because Facebook, if you get if you get a lot of dislikes or whatever, people complaining, you're going to find your account either shut, disabled, or even shut down and removed completely. So you have to be very, very careful how you use Post Planner. Okay, but there you go. That's another tool really that you can use for network marketing. There are other tools as well that basically you can use really for example when you're blogging with your videos for basic backlinking. Backlinking. You know when we talked about before with backlinking. Now this video is not necessarily going to be about backlinking, but there are a couple of tools that I'd like to recommend to you which potentially you could use if you have the budget, that is, in order for you to actually obviously get a sufficient number of backlinks in order for you to start ranking really well on Google. So the tool that I want to recommend to you is actually Bookmarking Daemon. Now, why am I recommending this tool? I'll tell you the reason why. Is that it empowers you to be able to reach multiple locations with regard to your bookmarking, obviously. And if you choose to, you can actually go with the Ultimate Daemon option, which empowers you to be able to do articles, directory submissions, Wilkie directory submissions. Also allows you to do like PDF document submissions, allows you to do multiple submissions for video. I think the list goes on. And what you're achieving there basically is multiple sources of backlinking. Okay, there are other tools out there, for example there's SE Nuke, there's other ones. Now if you see yourself as someone who wants to go down this direction, I think Bookmarking Daemon is actually quite expensive, and if you want to use Ultimate Daemon, I think the actual cost, I think it's around about $400. I think there are websites which you might be able to get a discount for it, and also they do a monthly billing as well, which I think is around about $40. This is a very, very powerful tool, and if you're getting a return, I recommend using it. If you're at the stage where you can't get a return on anything you're doing, I wouldn't even bother. But this is a very, very useful tool. So there we go. So we've been discussing tools today which can help you build your business. I think all of them are awesome, and I think all of them are going to be very, very useful for you and your business, especially obviously with the Autoresponder and the web hosting. I don't think you can avoid using those. So there we go. So if you want to get more cool, really interesting, useful information, I recommend that you check out this link here, which is onlinebusinesssuccess.biz. Network marketing tools. Obviously go through to that page, enter your name, enter your email address, and then check out the really cool free training there, which is, I know you're going to love it. It's going to really, really benefit you. Anyway, thank you very much for your time today. That's Dan Ellington signing off.